Hello everybody, welcome to Aimee Nolte Music. How's everybody doing today? I hope it's a good day. It's a good day for me because I'm doing something that I've been wanting to do for quite a while, and that's review one of my favorite apps, the Scatability app. When I created my YouTube channel, one of the things I was most excited about doing was reviewing this app. Looks like this. Scatability was developed by my friend Michelle Weir. Maybe you heard me talk about Michelle one other time before. I think I talked about her on my video with Phil Matson, which is a pretty fun video, but I talked about how when I was in high school, I used to go to clinics and workshops at jazz festivals, and that Michelle really caught my attention. Let me tell you a little bit about her. This is the first thing I knew about Michelle Weir. She was teaching a clinic with Phil Matson, and I was listening to her, and the way that she was scatting over the changes of the song was something I had yet to hear a singer do. She was nailing all of the changes just like a saxophone player would, or a piano player would, just like an instrumentalist. I hadn't heard a singer singing those kind of bebop lines yet, and Michelle was my introduction to that, and I was so impressed. I just thought she has an amazing ear and great control, and she's coming up with wonderful, beautiful ideas, and I just wanted to meet her. And I had a goal at that clinic that I was going to meet her. And then that night, there was a performance, and there were a bunch of superstars on stage. Phil Matson was playing the piano. A guy named Cornelius Bumpus was there, who used to play saxophone for like Steely Dan. There was Don Shelton. He was there playing his clarinet and singing. Bobby McFerrin was on the stage. Carl Anderson was there, I remember. He's a wonderful singer. He passed away quite a few years ago. Several members of Bobby McFerrin's group Voicestra were on the stage. I think they were playing something like Mustang Sally, and everybody was taking turns improvising over Mustang Sally. I think it was Mustang Sally. Now, what I noticed was, there's just this lineup of people just stretched across the stage, and they're all just listening to each other, taking turns. I wondered if Michelle was going to sing over Mustang Sally, but she didn't. But somewhere around the middle, the thing that I saw her do, which impressed the heck out of me, was I saw Michelle kind of sneak around behind everybody. She went over to the members of Voicestra, and they kind of huddled up around her, and she gave them something to sing. I don't know what it was. Maybe she had them sing like and maybe she had them sing it in harmony, like in thirds or something. And then she went around behind them, and I'm still kind of watching her, and she whispered something in Carl Anderson's ear. And Carl Anderson sang something along with that, and I don't know what it was. It seems like maybe it was vocal percussion. Something like that. Then she got to Bobby McFerrin, and she whispered something into Bobby McFerrin's ear. That's kind of like whispering in God's ear, I think. That's what Michelle did. And Bobby McFerrin started to sing something that went along with everybody else, and then she whispered in Don Shelton's ear. And as the band was playing, she had orchestrated her own big band right there on the stage, and everybody listened to her, and they did what she said. That was my introduction to Michelle Weir. And after the concert that night, I walked right up to her. I said, "I'm so impressed with you. I would like to learn more about what you do. Can I please have your address?" And she handed me her business card, and it had her address on it, and I started writing letters to her and asking her questions. And it was amazing for me because she was a teacher to me, even though we lived miles apart and I was only a kid. And the very first chance I got was actually on my honeymoon. My husband and I were passing through Los Angeles, and I said, "Please, could I try to have a lesson with Michelle Weir?" So we went, and I knocked on her door, and that was the start of a great friendship with Michelle. So Michelle, a few years ago, decided to develop an app because Michelle is a highly sought after vocal adjudicator, clinician, arranger, and educator. She's super talented. Groups like Take Six, Manhattan Transfer, they'll ask her to arrange for them. And many colleges, universities all around the world pay her to come teach them. So she's traveling all the time, very busy, and she's always teaching singers in big group settings. And she's trying to get them to understand how to scat. In all of these years of going around doing this, the first thing Michelle did was she thought, I'm going to write a book. So she's actually written a wonderful book. It's called Vocal Improvisation. I highly recommend getting it. You can visit Michelle's website to get that book. It's in the description. I'll give you a lot of information in this video. It'll all be in the description of this video, okay? If you need it. But you can visit Michelle's website to get that book. It's excellent. I recommend it to everybody. Now, Michelle thought she wants to keep up with the times, right? She wants to make something a little more fun, comprehensive for everybody. So she made an app. It's called Scatability. And I think it's so good. Now, here's a thing that you don't know about Michelle that I know about her from knowing her. It's that this woman gets everything right. She's very much on top of her game. And when she decides to do something, she'll leave no stone unturned. So this app is like the most thorough dang app I've ever seen in my life. Of all the apps, this is the app that will explain everything to you. You will never wonder anything when you have this app. It's all explained. It's really cool. Let me show you. Okay, here's the app right here, right over Charlie's neck. And we're going to check it out together. Hey, let's really check it out together, can we? Will you go to the App Store and get the free version? Thank you. That way you can look at it with me. All right, so when you get this free version of Scatability, that's what I have, but I've also paid for a couple of packs. Actually, Michelle let me have a couple of packs. So the first thing you want to do is click on information, because this is what I'm talking about. You might want to click on the note from Michelle Weir. And then Michelle just kind of explains to you about why she has developed this. After conducting hundreds of scat singing clinics worldwide during my career, it's become abundantly clear that most aspiring improvisers need more practice time at simply doing it. That is, improvising freely and often with a backing track. I believe this is one of the missing links in vocal improvisation pedagogy. So, she explains the idea behind her app, and the main idea behind her app is that you need somebody to copy. You need somebody to imitate. So this is how it is. It's very organic. I love this. She says, in conjunction with the many vocal improvisation products that are available and that weigh heavily on chord scale theory and harmonic analysis, this one allows you to go entirely organic, and it absolutely does. Just listen, imitate, and then improvise with the music. The added bonus with Scatability is that you can record yourself and listen back, which is really cool. So that's a note from her. Now we click on About Scatability. Who can use Scatability? What are the features? What are the benefits? But it doesn't stop there. Look at this. Say that you're a teacher and you want to use it in the classroom. Classroom use. Oh, she's going to tell you how to work with groups and use this app. She's going to tell you how to set up your audio. What are group activities? Open scatting, improvisation games. Michelle just thinks of everything. Like every question you have is answered there in the information. Now, okay, let's just check this out together. Let's get into something fun. What Michelle has done is she has asked all of these awesome singers that everybody is aware of to help her out. So let's just start with the practice pack here, the Scat Pack 0, that everyone will have if they download the free version. Like it says, Scat Pack 0 gives you an introduction to the app. It lets you have like a little sampling. So it tells you right here, you can see which songs. So you've got something from Michelle Weir, something from Justin Beinecke, something from Rosanna Ecker, John Prue. John Prue is one of my favorites ever. Let's click on Darman Meter. I think this is a good place to start. Now this Darman Meter exercise is a call and response, and you get it for free. It tells you right away, this is for a level 3 vocalist, and all of the singers have different levels in their practice packs. Now the practice packs are $9.99 a piece. It's a little much, I think, and at some point in the future, I think individual songs and etudes and call and response exercises, I think they'll all be available a la carte, so for 99 cents a piece. But right now, it is $9.99 for somebody's whole pack. Like if you wanted to get all of, if Darman Meter is your favorite singer of all of these singers, where'd they go? Then you might want to buy his pack for $9.99. But listening to every single one of them gives you an idea of how they sound, you know. So you get to listen to all of them. You can see that I've purchased 2. So I have John Prue's and I have Michelle's. You have all of these, but I said we would do Darman Meter. So we go back to the Scat Pack 0, and we're going to click on the Darman Meter one. It's for a level 3 singer. You might not be there yet. You might not quite be level 3, but you can just kind of test it out and see. This is a bright swing. It's in the key of B flat. It doesn't modulate. Some of these tracks modulate. It has phrase lengths. So the first 3 choruses are 1-bar phrases, and the last 3 choruses are 2-bar phrases. And Michelle has used Band in the Box for most of these tracks, so it's just nice sounding backing tracks. Let's listen. Say-do, say-do, say-do-day, say-ba-do-do, so-ba-diddle-dee-do, so-ba-diddle-dee-do, so-ba-do-do-day, say-ba-do-do, so-ba-do-do-dee-dee, say-ba-do-do-dee, say-ba-do, so-ba-do-day, Leo, 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 lovely, say-ba-day, say-do-be-do. Now you can, did you hear that halfway through, so we've already done 3 choruses, halfway through the band changes from a 2 feel to a 4 feel, which is awesome. I love that she thought of that. And also Darman starts singing longer phrases. Before we were just doing 1-bar phrases, and now we're doing 2-bar phrases. It's kind of genius. It shows you how to build your solo. Now, another thing that you can do is you can go, at any point, if you're in this second part of the tune and you decide you'd like to go back to the beginning, you're just going to hit this, and it's going to take you right back to the beginning. See that? And if you decide you'd like to jump to halfway through the tune, to the part where the band actually plays in 4, and he does longer phrases, you can just hit this halfway point, and then you're there. So you can set this looping function. Watch this. If I press it once, it'll start where I want it to. I press it again, and I've got a loop. So it's really cool. So right now I've got it playing from the external speaker just on my iPhone, right down here. But there's a cool thing you can do. You can go into settings, and you can actually say you're in a room full of people and you want to be able to listen to this. This is so cool. And say, she thinks of everything. Say you forgot your earbuds. You hit this button called ear speaker, and then you listen through the same way that you would listen on a phone call, so that you can hold this phone up to your ear and you're the only one that can hear it. Now here's the other crazy thing. You can record. So if you're in a situation like that, maybe you're on a subway platform and you're listening to this and you'd like to record yourself, you can do it. You can listen here and talk here, record here, just like you would on a phone call. So back to the practice pack, Scat Pack 0, songs, right? Let's choose a different one. Let's go ahead and look at this etude by Rosanna Eckert. This is the Rosanna Eckert Etude 7. It's based on the changes to When I Fall in Love. Now, if you think, I already know this song really well, I would like to just sing it myself. You can turn the vocal all the way down. Cool, right? You can also control how loud the backing track is. If you'd like, there's also a synth, which is like a vibes. In case you have trouble like staying in tune with a vocalist, it gives you an instrument to listen to as well. It's a cool feature. When I listen to these, I really like to just click notation, and I like to follow along with the chords. So with these etudes, what it is just an improvised solo. So you've got an entire great big solo by Rosanna Eckert to listen to. Let's look at this one by Kate Reid. This is for level 2, and it's a blues. So this is a call and response. So she's going to sing, and then I'm going to sing. You can see that Kate Reid, she sings differently than Darman Meter. She sings differently than Rosanna Eckert. I kind of like it because you can just get a good little sampling in this free pack, as to what all of these wonderful vocalists sound like, and decide which one you like, and then you can buy their pack. Now, say I'm getting good at this. Say I think I'm pretty good at it. I can say, okay, I'd like to record. So all I do is put my mouth very close to the microphone and record. Let's do that. If I decide that I really like the way that this backing track sounds to the blues, and I'd like to try my hand at improvising over it after I've already learned from Kate Reid, I can do that and see how I sound immediately and record it and save it. So let's just do that a little bit. All I do is come over on this control bar here to record, and then I'm just going to hit record. I hit stop, and then it immediately asks me, would you like to save or discard? So if I thought, oh, it was terrible, then I can just discard it. But if I liked it, I just save it. And I name it. Just call it A. It has been saved, and there it is. So it's just going to be saved right there on the recordings for this particular call and response. Even on the free pack, you can do this. It's really cool. So if I'd like to listen to it, I just click it and listen. Now the key to recording, some people might have a little trouble with this. You really have to put your mouth close to the microphone. And then you also kind of want to be careful that you don't breathe in it too much or anything. But it sounds decent if you get your mouth nice and close and do just a really up close and personal kind of recording. Of course, Michelle thought of, I would like to send it to people. So immediately if you click that, it just becomes an email. Cool, right? Say you're a teacher and you'd like to use this app in your lessons, and say you're a vocal teacher and you've got your student working on an E-flat blues all the time while you're in your lesson, then you say, all right, student, take your Scatability app, and after you've practiced all these things that we worked on today, I want you to send me a recording of yourself, and it's just right there, so easy to do. Love it. You know how when I teach you guys how to scat sing or how to improvise in general, I'm always pushing licks, right? I'm like, the more licks you got, the better, because you can put them in your tool belt and pull them out whenever you want to, right? So Michelle agrees, and so on all of these practice packs, even the one that's free, there are exercises. Now the one that comes on the free pack is my friend John Prue, and it's cool. He just sings the same lick in lots of keys. Let's listen to how it sounds. That's it. And then he'll do the same thing in the next key. And you can learn it and sing it along with him in all of these keys. Now, one thing to note is that all of these exercises, whether they're being sung to you by a male or a female, it doesn't matter. It works for every voice. And if something gets a little low, you just hop it up an octave. If something gets a little high, you just drop it down an octave. But Michelle has thought of it all, and it's very easy to learn. Now, I told you I did purchase a couple of these packs. So I got Michelle because she's just one of my favorites. So anyway, that's Michelle right there. If I click on that, her songs, she's got an exercise that's a level 1 that I think is really helpful for people just beginning. And all it does is just stay very diatonic and in the scale. And listen to that one with me. Listen how easy it is. And the thing I like about it is that it modulates up a half step. So you get used to singing an idea and then moving it up a half step. I think it's really good. That's it. You see how I don't get my syllables right? I have to listen to her carefully and copy her. I didn't even get it right that time. Getting closer. And then when you're ready, of course, you just turn Michelle off. Right there, just bam, I turn her off and I try it myself. And then in the next key, great. It's great. Okay, a couple other cool features of this app. Well, things you need to know about this app that I have not said yet. It's not available for Android yet. Sorry. It will be. It will be at some point. I wouldn't say in the extremely near future, but pretty soon. I think that's going to happen. So the other thing is that the tracks also soon will be available a la carte, so 99 cents a piece instead of $10 for an entire package. But I think these packages are worth it, and you don't have to get them all. That's why you just kind of listen to a little sampling in the free pack, and then you decide who you like the best, or maybe you already know who you like the best because these are some pretty famous cats, and then you just buy theirs, and then you've got a ton to work on. Other things. If you use earbuds, you can actually mix the band. So that's cool. You can adjust more levels if you're using earbuds. Another thing is you can join the Scatability group on Facebook, which is kind of cool, right? When I got the app, I joined the group on Facebook and I uploaded a recording of myself using the app. So you can do that, and then other vocalists will give you feedback on how you're doing, including Michelle. She always sees. She's always watching. And gosh, like I said, seriously, every question that you have about it is going to be answered in the information section. She thought of everything, and if by some crazy chance she didn't think of one thing that you need help on, there's a support email, and she's very fast about getting back to you. She's thought of everything practical with this app. Everything, to make it user-friendly, but she's also thought of everything musical within this app. So you're working on every kind of groove. You've got swing grooves, bossa novas, sambas, jazz waltzes, and you have things moving in different increments too. You do things in all the keys, moving in half steps up. You've got them moving in minor thirds occasionally. Sometimes she works through the circle of fourths, sometimes through the circle of fifths. She's got the band playing in 2 sometimes, and the band playing with a 4 feel sometimes. It's awesome. It's really like having your own band right here and having your own private vocal teacher right in the room with you. Except for they're really famous and really great singers. So it's just kind of gold all around. I'm so happy to make this video for my friend Michelle. I believe in the app, otherwise I wouldn't ask you to consider it. But I think it's really, really good. Anyone who is looking to improve their improvisation is going to benefit greatly from having the app. Thank you so much for watching Aimee Nolte Music. I'll see you next time.